Salute, salute. We are here with the one and only Goretex, aka Lord Goat, in the
Well,
house. Part of the legendary, to me, hip hop group Non Phixion.
respect, man. Respect. What's up, bro?
Salute, salute. Nothing much, man. I got some questions for you, brother. I ain't gonna hold you up. I know you on a time restraint.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. It's all gravy.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you, Lord. Which what can I call you, Lord Goat or
Whatever.
Gore-Tex?
It
Which
don't
one?
matter, bro.
Uh,
Whatever, bro. Go,
Well, I'd
go.
like to thank
Don't
you,
matter.
Lord Goat, for this opportunity as I'm a fan of your music, of course, since, man, 90 something.
Thank
and
you, bro.
I'd like to begin asking you about your background and where you're from.
Mm. Excuse me. Originally, I was born in Long Beach, in New York, Long Island, and I grew up out there. I think I was around maybe 9 or 10. We moved to Brooklyn and shit. So I'm from Long Beach. It's a quiet. Long Beach is like a quiet, kind of a DL spot. It's Long Island, but it's sort of like close to Queens. It's kind of like it's by the water. Um, it's sort of like east of the Rockaways. It's close to Far
Yeah,
Rockaway and shit. You know what I mean?
gotcha.
If people don't know about on Long Beach, MF Doom is from Long Beach.
Salute,
So
salute, rest in peace,
yeah,
Doom.
bro. Rest in peace, Doom.
One of the
So
illest, my dude.
yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. One of the everybody knows he's one of the most creative artists. That probably ever emerged in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You could even say further
Right,
than that. So,
right.
with that, it's like there wasn't many artists. There wasn't really a lot of stuff in Long Beach, that was really going on. But I didn't go to school with him, but because my mom basically moved me to Brooklyn. But if we had
Yeah,
stayed there another year, then me and Doom would have went to school together. We would have went to
yeah.
Lindell, which
Ooh,
which was a school over there. You know what I mean?
got
So,
you.
you know, but Long Beach, it's different now because these people, money took over, and rich lawyers, they bought condos, so people can't even really afford to live there, which is a shame. You know what I mean? Because back in the day,
Mm.
my mom rented an apartment. A two-bedroom was like 250.
Damn, shit. Now
It's
I
like
can never get.
250 now. Well, now it's between 3,500 and 4 G's.
Ooh,
People that grew up there can't even afford to live there because it's
yeah.
the houses they started $1 million now over there. I remember, that shit was not like that back in the day, bro. It
Yeah.
was not, bro. We, you know what I'm saying? It's like across the street we had all these buildings, these apartment buildings. There's all these Puerto Ricans playing music. You know what I'm saying? Mexicans playing like jazz and funk on the like
Right.
on the porch. They would set up like drums and congas and speakers, and it would just they would just
Yeah.
go buck
That's,
wild,
that's
bro.
how that's how that's
Yeah,
how our
yeah. That
culture is,
shit,
man. Hispanics, they get
seeing,
crazy with the music,
yeah,
man.
seeing that shit, bro. Back in the day was like that was like the spark that kind of just got me into like wanted to do that physically,
That's funny because I was getting ready to ask you which area of Long Beach. Well,
Well,
you said that.
I was
Well,
born. Well, originally I was born on Island Park, which is it's right next to Long Beach, so it's like
okay.
Island Park. You know what I'm saying? And then we moved to the East End, and then the West End. So it's very similar to each other, but some people would say the East End was a little more hood. You had the train station, you had the projects behind the train station. So I
Right.
lived on Broadway, so I didn't live by the train station, but it's still considered the East End. If you're familiar with Joan Jett from back in the
Yeah.
day, they had
Oh,
that
yeah.
song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
when I was a little kid playing in my backyard, the back of my house faced where she lived. She lived on Shore Road in this like big apartment building on the beach. So I'm a little
Oh,
kid and we just playing with cars. So like Joan Jett would come out her building with her band.
right.
And this is when
Yo.
back in the day that shit came out. I love rock and roll.
Yeah, because I think
That
that was
shit.
a
That was
Joan
a
and the Black Hearts, right? What they call
yeah, yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
something
yeah,
like.
yeah. It was a
Yeah,
huge.
I
It was a
know.
huge song. You know what I mean? So that
Oh
was
yeah.
crazy seeing her and like with a limousine in the band. Getting into the
Yeah.
limo. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, right. You thinking
I
like, man, am I really seeing this? Like,
Yeah,
especially
I
being
couldn't I
like
couldn't
young.
believe her. I couldn't believe it, bro.
Yeah, I get
I
it.
could not believe
We
it.
get starstruck. You know how we do.
Yeah, but anyway, she lived there with her manager. You know what I mean? So she was blowing up at that point. So she just lived on the beach and shit.
Right.
And
Speaking of
Long
that,
Beach, dope.
even though you got into that, right? Watch this. I got a question for you. Is it what are the first moments you fell in love with hip hop culture as a kid? What are your earliest memories of it?
I mean, it's tough to say because music was always in my house, and like when my dad split, when you know what I'm saying, he left me two,
Okay.
three crates, and the two, three crates had a lot of funk and all kinds of stuff. What originally got me into straight hip hop was my cousin was a DJ in Long Beach, and he used to
Okay.
DJ. He would DJ at like the Emerald K Center in Long Beach, which was like a spot where people. It was like a rec center. You know what I mean? It's like a hood rec center. You could rap. People would set up turntables. That's like where some of them dudes from Third Base. People that like MC Search talked about, and like that little
Right.
like my cousin was sort of part of that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like 5 or 6 years older than me, so he had all that. So my mom would drop.
You don't mind me asking, what was his name? What was your cousin's name?
Miguel.
Okay, all right. You didn't have
Miguel
no artist
Arroyo.
name? Like, okay,
Nah,
Davi.
nah. I mean, maybe DJ Miguel, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I got you. I was just wondering.
Yeah. Nah, it's Miguel Arroyo. You know what I'm saying? Like his name rung bells, but
Salute, man.
yeah, man. So he was the first because he was older than me, and he had Pumas and shell tops. He had the suede joints. So it took me a while to try to convince my mom to get Pumas for me because they were expensive back then. Back then, back then, $30 for a pair of shoes was kind of a lot.
Yeah, it was kind of rough, man. I already know.
So this guy, he had tons of sneakers and like he had a boombox that was like he had like a 4-foot boombox and all kinds of shit. Beads. He had beads, like tribal beads. You know what I'm saying? Like warrior shit. And like just a big influence because he let me look at his records. And once I started going through his records, I would memorize stuff. Or James Brown and Kool and the Gang, I was memorizing all those breaks. He wouldn't let me play the records, but I could still fuck with the vinyl. I could still look at stuff.
Yeah.
So I was always
That's cool.
It was always like memorizing stuff from records, like either like like Blondie back in the day, like just that kind of shit, like funk, punk. Everything was kind of mixed in the early 80s. People would listen to Blondie, you listen to like some hip hop, you all kinds of shit, you know what I mean? So I was just trying to remember the names. Yeah. So that's really the foundation of how I really got into it because like he was just telling me it's about it's about the breaks, but he always told me he was like hip hop is a plethora of musical styles. Because you have to look at Kool Herc. You have to look at Africa Bam, rest in peace, regardless.
Peace, yeah.
Whatever. I'm saying as a record collector, he had
exactly.
He had 200,000-300,000 records in different apartments. Like he had so many records. But the point is it's just different genres. So you could play a break from a rock group from Sweden and then play a jazz break, or you could play something pop. Or so people are just cutting all that shit up. You know what I mean? Like look at Apache. Apache was done for like a movie called The Thing with Two Heads. If you never seen that movie, bro, that shit is crazy. Bro,
look it up.
Two Heads, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is. This dude wakes up and he's a white dude and he's got this black dude's head on his shoulder after surgery. He got two heads, bro.
Yeah. I check that out.
That shit's next level, bro. You know what I mean?
Apache.
Apache is like the hip hop national anthem. But Apache is basically that record is just a bunch of white dudes. You know what I'm saying? And you had King Erison, this cat who played the bongos. That was his name. Yeah. So you heard Apache, the shit is thugged out, obviously. But Michael Viner was just like some nerd, And Jim Gordon, and the guy who played drums on Apache was this cat named Jim Gordon. Whether you heard about him or not, Jim Gordon was a top-notch drummer.
Damn.
And in 1983, he killed his mom. He killed his mother and went to jail for the rest of his life.
Shit. Jesus Christ.
He snapped out, bro. He was cooked from basically drugs. He got fucked up and he snapped out. You know what I mean?
It's sad to see people like that go. You know what I'm saying, man? Like,
one of the best drummers in the world. Yep. And he died in jail.
Shit. Dang.
Yeah. Yep. So
Now we're gonna fast forward a little bit, Lord Goat. How did you guys come up with Non Phixion?
well, the name itself was older than that because me and 10K, rest in peace, he did production for Non Phixion and stuff. Me and him back in the day had a group, but we spelled it differently. We spelled it like Fiction. So we
Oh,
had a different
okay.
spelling, and we would just, that was short lived. We did a couple of demos, but as far as the way the spelling came up was, the rest of the guys, Sabak, Eclipse, and Bill, they started messing with Search. And then Search kind of had the idea for that name with that spelling, the way it was spelled. I wasn't really feeling the name, and I wasn't feeling, at this point, the spelling
Yeah,
of it.
yeah,
But I was like, all right, whatever, he was adamant on using it. None of us
yeah.
really loved the name. We all had different names, but
Right.
so he came up with the name. I was the last member to join the
Oh,
group because
shit.
they was already doing demos and yeah, I basically auditioned for this cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, cat called me up and he wanted me to just spit for him. And
Oh, shit.
just almost like an audition kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of like spit from that was it. And then we just started on that and we did the 12 inches. We popped those out pretty quickly,
Right.
and just kind of took it from there. You know what I mean? The first two singles we
Right.
did Legacy. Yeah, we did Legacy, which Legacy kind of blew up for in the underground for a minute because
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
there wasn't a lot of radio shows back then.
Nah,
there was
man, it was very scarce. You know what I mean? Like,
scarce. It wasn't a lot, and if you got lucky and somebody big played you, then it was a big thing. It was a big
yep.
deal for underground records. So
Yeah, right.
like guys like Flex and Pete Rock, they had that show. They was playing it, that was a big deal for us. You know what I'm saying? Hot 97, where Pete Rock is playing Legacy. Nobody knew who we were. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah, right. You guys were new. They were like wondering, like, who's these guys?
See, to me, that was almost the funnest points because nobody know you. Nobody knows anything about you, and they're just looking at you, judging you from the music.
Right.
Me and Bill used to take the L train. The L train is the craziest. I don't care what anybody says because now it's all
in New York, right?
It's pussies now, but back in the day, the L train was ferocious, bro. And the L train went through the craziest section of Brooklyn. You know what I mean? So we would take the train, just going to the city or going to a club, and dudes would be on the train pumping Legacy, blasting that shit, not knowing who we were. They didn't know if we were like, Latino or white or mixed, or they didn't know shit about us. They were just fucking with the music.
Yeah, I always
that was
wanted
the
to.
first. Yeah. So that was the first inkling of like, okay, we got something is cooking here. You know what I'm saying? Like something is. We tried to just be like DL. We weren't hiding ourselves because like we didn't care if people knew that we were, Latino or white, or we didn't care about that. We just wanted people just to judge us, which is sort of based on the ideology that like Cypress Hill had.
Yeah.
When Cypress came out, they purposely didn't, they had the glasses, they had the flannels, but they had hats. They didn't want anybody to know
who the hell they were. Yeah.
Right.
What they looked like, basically. Yeah, it was kind of like mysterious, but, like leaving people wondering, like, damn, what are these guys?
and that, and people were curious about that.
Yeah, right.
But, before that, before Non Phixion, back in the day, we was, me and Bill had multiple groups. We had something called Dead Celebrities.
Yeah.
That was the first joint where this is like, we were kids. This is like 92, bro, And we would and from Brooklyn, we would go all the way to Newark, all the way to East Orange and shit. Take 5 buses and a train. I mean, go through, dudes looking to just like body us in East Orange, 'Cause it was like, I was like, this is wild, because people wasn't, this is 92, bro. Now, kids try to get involved in shit and they try to drive through the buses in East Orange in 92 just to go to a studio was like risky. It was very risky to do that.
Right.
Especially we're only there for 2-3 hours. So the trip would be like 12 hours to go there and you come back with a demo tape, which is, being a rest in peace B Wiz, bro. B Wiz was the man. He did like stuff with Chino XL. He did some old Bismarcky demos. He was a legend in the Newark area. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of fucked with us. He was like, salute B Wiz. You know what I'm saying?
Man, shit.
So he kind of took us under his wing, and he was like, I know it's, come out here and let's work. So that's what we did, and that's how we got studio experience and how to make beats. Because I was just bringing records. I was just bringing records, but we didn't have equipment. We couldn't. It was,
No,
we couldn't.
damn.
I remember, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't even have money to take the train. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it real. Like Bill would be like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? He'd pay for the train and shit. You know what I mean? But I would take the records. We would go there. B-Wiz had like an Insonic. He had an EPS keyboard. He had, we didn't have any of that. That was to have equipment. Bro, to have equipment back then, nobody had equipment.
Nah,
Nobody
you had to go to the studio. It was like you had to. It was like mandatory. You know what I mean? Like,
where you gonna go? There was no home
yeah,
studios.
yeah, I
Just a
can.
boy out there, you know what I mean? Like make beats. Like B-Wiz taught me a lot of shit, and like
Right.
rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? He was a good dude. He was like in a war, and like,
Yeah.
I want to say Kuwait. He went to Kuwait and he came back, and he
Oh
was like,
shit.
yo, yeah. He was just like, yo. He had some shit explode. He had a bomb detonate.
Damn.
And the shit detonated, and it took off part of his wig. You know what I mean? In the back.
Ooh,
Took off
fuck.
part of his dreads. Yeah, bro. He was like, nah, I'm good, bro. I want to start just
Yeah, yeah. After that experience,
yeah.
I already know. Some people just get out. Know what I mean?
Yeah,
Dang.
but just not enough people talk about B-Wiz. So that's really why I like to
I
speak.
never heard of him, man. You're the first person ever talked about him. Like, yeah, like because I'm
If you're
always,
familiar with the Chino XL album, the first joint that he did, yeah, B-Wiz did like, I don't know, 6 joints. He did a bunch of joints on that.
Oh shit, I meant to check it out again because it's been a minute. I still listen to Chino XL, of course, because rest in peace, him too.
Rest in peace.
Like, yeah.
So, it's like from B-Wiz, we started, believe it or not, fucking with Chuck Chillout.
Oh shit.
And Chuck Chillout was like, yo, I want to manage you dudes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we were like, we remember Chuck from back in the day. We used to pump his shit on Video Music Box. And
Right.
we thought we kind of looked at Chuck was like, to us, he was a big deal. So he took us to Fat Wax, and that was like an independent company when there was no independent companies.
Nah.
And then Fat Wax, it didn't work out with Chuck. So we was like, all right, cool, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? But it was good to just get that experience as kids, just to kind of figure out, how to really, how to operate in the business. Because when you're doing it wrong, you could be doing it all wrong. I was like, I would go dolo to Harlem on like trains by myself, out of a board, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. It's like it's like doing too much. You know what I mean? And not getting where you need to be. So if you're not really, at least back then, if you weren't really connected with certain people, you weren't doing shit without. There was no social media.
Nah, hell no, not back then, man.
No internet, bro. Nobody helping you. You ain't tagging nobody, and you couldn't. Nah, bro. It was word of mouth. You had to do the legwork.
Yeah, you got to. If you don't put that work in, it's like you're basically not getting anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's just how the streets are. You know how that shit be. You know what I mean, bro?
You put. You keep doing that, and you eventually kind of.
Yeah.
You kind of learn a little bit how to operate, how to meet people, and it's like me and 10K. We used to just try to do whatever we could to get into the industry. You know what I mean? If it was like promoting for a club, it's like I used to work at Sleeping Bag Records, EPMD's record label. Yeah, we were just me and 10K. We were just promoters. You know what I'm saying? They pay us very little. We would go to the club. We would just give out free tickets, like Club Ajax. I know nobody's gonna remember Club Ajax, but, Club Ajax. This is a time, man. This is like you didn't, Brand Nubians coming out, and it's like you didn't see anybody except 3,000 black dudes in the spot. You didn't even see many Latinos, to be honest with you.
Nah.
Me and my peoples, or whoever, me and Bill, whoever, we stuck out like sore thumbs. It was like, yo, who the fuck are these motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo. So it was heat. These kids, bro.
I can imagine.
They're not feeling
I feel like I gotta play sometimes. I'll be going to events, right? I'll be like the only Spanish dude there. Everybody else is like, you be like, yo, what the fuck? I think I'll be sticking out. Trust me.
Yeah. So, it's like we didn't mind because we love the culture. Me and Bill, like, it doesn't matter. Like seeing Cypress Hill the first time they came to New York. How I Can Kill a Man. Bro, Cypress Hill, Das Effects, and Gangstar in one show.
Oh shit!
In one show, bro. In one show. in one show.
Yeah. Yo, that's dope.
They all had joints out that just came out that were the
Right.
biggest bangers in the streets, the most fire. You know what I'm saying? So to see them was just like super inspirational. You know,
that shit's like, man, that's like gold, bro. I don't care what nobody says. It's just top notch shit, man.
And nobody cared. Everybody was in there burning it down. There was no security to, yo, put that shit out, throwing you out. You know how many clubs I got thrown out of, bro, for smoking weed?
Right.
It's embarrassing, bro. The violence.
It is. Yeah.
They didn't care. Shit was, bro. People just like live, bro. You know what I'm saying? Pre-internet, you were able to kind of just live your life and just
right.
And
that's
you wasn't processing too much information. You could just take what you need. You could,
and that's it.
Exactly. You could just, put in the compartment. Meditate, understand. Now people can't even function anymore. It's a crash out, bro.
You heard me? Everybody's brain is like this now.
Yeah. Everybody's crashing and just everybody's doing the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? It's everywhere, bro. It's not, and I don't want to sound like this fucking, like some old motherfuckers like, oh, it was so good back in the day and things were different. What it really was for people that didn't experience it, it really, really was. Life was tolerable. Life ain't tolerable. And people can say what they want. Shit ain't tolerable no more.
Nah.
It's not, bro. It's not. So,
Now getting to this, right? This might be crazy because you don't have to give me like you said, Long Beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said Long Beach has given birth to many very dope MCs. What's your top 5? If you have any.
In Long Beach, there's not many. I was saying
there's
only
Long Island, right?
I mean, Canarsie, we could go to Canarsie or Brooklyn. That would make it more. Because Long Beach, I'm saying Long Beach is only me and MF Doom. There wasn't. If you remember that little kid, you remember that kid that came out? Like, what's his name? He was like one of these young dudes. He had tattoos all over his face. He passed away. He was a young. I can't remember his name now.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
little something. He was on that like emo, tattooed up daddy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't remember his name, but with all
Little Pete.
Little Pete.
Was it Little Pete?
Little Pete.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Damn.
Yeah. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? He was a young kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he had some decent music. It's very emo though. Like you said, it's very emo, man.
Yeah, listen, it was for 15-year-old chicks, you know what I mean? 15-year-old girls kind of. He did what he did, rest in peace. But as far as Long Beach, there wasn't really nothing but that. As far as like where eventually we moved.
Let's take it to Canarsie, Brooklyn then.
Exactly. Right. So in that area, it's like I'd be working at a bagel store, you know what I'm saying? Like on some like 12-6 shit, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, I try to smoke at least 2-3 blunts a night. I try while I'm saying making the bagels and all that shit. So it's like 3 a.m. and Big Daddy Kane comes in. He just comes right in, bro.
Oh,
with a bitch on each arm like this. With a bitch on each arm, he comes in. I was like, as soon as he walked in, I'm behind the counter. I was like, yo, Kane. I was like, yo, what? Yo, you serious, bro? He was like, he just looked at me like he didn't know. He don't know me. I mean, he didn't.
Yeah, right.
He's like, yo, what up? I'm like, yo, bro, this shit is fucking my brain up, bro. I was like, I'll be honest with you, bro. Whatever you want, bro. Whatever you want to count, bro. Anything you want, bro.
It's on me.
Right. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck if you want 3 pounds of boar's head turkey, you want bagels, you want lox, cream cheese, whatever, bro. You want a sandwich, you want fucking whatever, bro. I'll make you a rotisserie chicken, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was just, he was mad cool, bro. He was mad cool. I was like, yo, B, you're one of the reasons why I do this. You know what I mean? And he was super, super cool. And you don't really forget that when someone shows you respect. And luckily the few people that I connected with back in the day really, it sounds corny, but it's like they cared. Like some people will talk to you and they're just looking through you. And you can tell when someone's full of shit. When someone's phony, you could just see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I got fired. I got fired from the bagel job for stealing a bunch of money. They fired me. Like Asian people owned it, so they were so I was like, all right, cool. If you fuck with me, I fuck with you.
Right.
I robbed them blind. And they
Oh shit.
whatever. They
They
fired me.
found out.
They found out, blah blah
Yeah,
blah. So
already.
I started working at Dunkin' Donuts. Right after that. This is '93. So now I'm working the
Oh,
night shift at '93. So I'm working the night shift at Dunkin' Donuts, and
in
what's
Brooklyn,
up
right?
in Brooklyn on Kings Highway in
All right,
Flatbush.
all right, all right,
So on
David.
Flatbush, Q-Tip just walks in like maybe 4 in the morning. So I'm like, yo,
Oh shit.
and he's wearing the joints. He's wearing the glasses. Remember back in the day, he started wearing the nerd glasses.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
just like just not sunglasses, just like just
yeah,
like
yeah,
glasses and shit. And he had like a
yeah.
sweater on with the dress shirt under it. So for a second, I couldn't really recognize him. And when he
Right.
got up, I was like, "Yo, Tip." I was like, "Super cool, bro." I was like, "Yo,
Mm.
this crazy, bro. Big fan. Blah blah blah." I'm trying to, when you're younger, you just got that energy. You don't really think like, "Yo, am I playing myself?" Or I didn't really care.
Right.
I was like, "Yo, Tip, I'm trying to do what you're doing, bro." What he's like, what do you do? I was like, yo, I rap. He's like, what's your name? I said, I don't have a definitive name, but I'm going by Goretex, like right now. And Tip was like, yo, he's like, that shit's fire. He's like, that's your name? I was like, yeah. He's like, yo, I was like, should I
Nah.
fuck with it? Cause I don't, he's like, yeah, that's it, bro. I was like, yeah. He's like, that's it, bro. So he gave me it's like he gave me the name, whereas I might have used something else because I'll be honest with you, at first
Right.
I knew there was a company because we had some garments that was like Gore-Tex, obviously. So I was like, no one else is fucking with it. Nobody took that name. It's
Yeah.
funny, and it's funny. 30 years later, ain't nobody used it except the Japanese
Nah.
kid. A
Yeah.
Japanese kid around 2002
I
because
was
they
gonna
live in
say,
Japan.
you know what's funny
Nobody
when you
used it.
brought. I was gonna bring that up if you want to, relay
Whatever,
on
man.
the
Yeah, whatever.
on the lawsuit and shit with the name. I never thought of looking at the fucking clothes. I forgot that Gore-Tex was a fucking clothing brand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, it wasn't even. It's not a clothing brand. It was a clothing
oh,
license.
okay.
So
Oh, I
they
got
they
you.
would they then eventually they started making garments, but originally it started just by licensing their waterproof outerwear and the layering. They
I
copyrighted
got
that.
you.
They,
Man.
so they
Yeah,
then
they
they
were make
started.
like boots and
Yeah,
shit, right? I guess.
yeah. And then long story short, the rat rats me out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
once the rat made the call, thinking like you're gonna stop me or you're gonna change history or you're gonna stop a verse. You ain't stopping a verse, a beat, or you know. So
Yeah.
I wasn't able to really. It became a legal issue, and most people know
Yeah.
this. I already kind of said it,
Yeah.
but I wasn't able to use it, so it kind of did fuck me up in certain places because I couldn't really put it on wax again after I
Yeah.
used the name. So it was, it's like doing gore this, gore that.
Right.
I wasn't feeling any names I've ever used after that.
Right.
Because to
Yeah.
me, it was
Exactly.
kind of like that shit was like a bummer, a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's like, what am
Yeah.
I gonna? What's better than that? I hate to say it, but there's not really
Yeah.
many names better than that. It's not. It's not.
Nah.
It's not. And the name I'm using now, I just came up with that in 2 seconds. I was like, I don't know what the fuck to. I'll be honest with you. I didn't really know what to really call
Yeah.
myself legally. So it became a problem. And then once you have a different name, it's like streaming is different, and then people search for you, and it kind of fucked up my search, and it kind of
Yeah.
just it made it a little difficult for fans to find any kind of new music at the time. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Man.
But like I said, bro, just like meeting legends was it just put the battery in my back to be like, this is real, and this could be done if you work hard and just like put your mind into it. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah,
That's dope. I'm glad because I was gonna say I got a Big Daddy Kane record signed by him.
word.
They had a when it was 50 years of hip hop. Remember, it's like what, like 5 years now, 6 years now, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They had a big concert in Atlantic City, bro, and they had anybody and everybody in that fucking place, dude. I felt
Word.
like a kid in a candy store, bro, because I brought like all this vinyl with me, right? It's just me and my man. We hitting everybody. I hit Stetson Sonic, Big Daddy Kane. I'm talking about, man. Listen,
Yeah.
people I thought I
Oh
would have
yeah.
never saw.
Mm-hmm.
Like and I'm like, holy shit! I've seen MC like,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. All legends, bro. All that shit is
It's
super
insane.
influential, man. Light, all that stuff.
Yeah, and
All
it's
that
funny.
stuff.
fan, bro. I'm just a journalist, independent too. I'm not even signing nobody. I would like to be signed to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it is
Everything.
what
You
it is.
know, it's like one thing I've learned. Everything, you know, whether people see it or not, sometimes everything comes full circle. Everything becomes a 360 somehow. You know, it's like, for
Yeah.
example, like Non Phixion, we did a tour last year. No, about 2 years ago, we did a tour, a
Oh
European tour,
shit.
and we did a bunch of different festivals. So we did this festival in Norway. I don't know if it was the Court Festival. It was one of them. It was one of them shits.
Right.
And EPMD was there. You know what I'm saying? And EPMD were like, they
Oh,
were
yeah.
huge. They were huge to us, bro. They was huge. And
Yeah.
you know, meeting them, we met them backstage, and I was just like, yo, you know, y'all kind of just like really influenced me. It's not that I listened. It was, you know, Parrish was a big influence to me personally. I love
Right.
Eric. I fucked with Eric, but
Mhm.
Parrish was the guy for me. You know what I mean? That's who I really listened to because
New EPMD, baby.
yeah.
Sheesh.
So you know, meeting them, I'll be honest with you, I was just like, yo, I'm not a fanboy, but
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed to tell them your shit changed my life. I'm just not that guy. I will communicate that. And I
Right.
said that to Parrish, and Parrish is like, yo, man. He's like, yo, we fuck with your shit. He's like, we've always fucked with your shit. I was
That's
like,
dope.
really? I was like, I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe you. Like, he's like, nah, bro. And yo, and Eric is right there. You know what Eric said to me? Keep it real with you. Keep it 100. Eric was like, yo, Non Phixion is crazy, bro. He's like, yo, we listen to your shit all the time, bro. He's like, yo,
Uh,
yo, I
yeah.
feel like I know you, bro. I feel like I was like, that's weird. That's weird, bro. It's like, because I would say, you know, you kind of have that rhetoric for like bands, you know what I'm saying? Or some, but
Yeah.
he kept it 1,000, bro. I was like, bro, that shit, it's not so much for ego, but
Mhm.
it drives your spirit.
Right.
That groups, artists like this, like entertainers like this, of this magnitude,
Listening. Yeah.
know your
Exactly.
shit. You know your
Yeah.
shit. And it's like, I'm a humble dude, bro. I don't really do this for me. I like to share thoughts, ideas about music and about expanding the culture.
Right.
Because hip hop ain't just about one thing. Hip hop is about multiple forms of music. It's about psychedelic rock, it's acid rock, it's doom metal, it's all kinds of shit. And it's wrapped up into something because a lot of rappers don't talk about it, but they listen to other stuff too. So that's like another thing that's not really this. It's like in hip hop,
Yeah.
you're only allowed to say nah, Mob Deep and Wu Tang, and which you know we either we
Yeah.
you know
We
we
get it. Yeah. Yeah.
right, but guys like Method Man listen to Slayer and Red Hot Chili
Right.
Peppers,
You'd be
and
surprised,
that's a
man.
fact, bro. You'd be
Yeah.
surprised who listens to Slayer, bro. You know,
Right.
it's like if we Smooth the Hustler and Trigger the Gambler. Back in the day, we went to their studio because we worked with their
Right.
producer, DR Period. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's like salute DR. Yeah. That's
Shout to
cool.
DR Period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yo, we went into the studio and they had a Slayer poster
Oh
on the
shit.
wall. I was like, yo, you listen to Slayer? What the fuck, bro? He was like, yo, he's like, not really me. He's like, but them cats. He's like, them cats fuck with it.
Oh shit. It
I'm
wasn't
like,
DR. DR's like not me.
I was like, yo, bro, that's life changing, B. That's
Right.
because we always listen. You know, it's like we
And I
always
was
listen.
gonna say, Smooth and Trigger, they some hard ass dudes, if you know what I'm saying.
Well,
Like,
when you listen to certain lyrics, if you listen to that joint, you know, you'll hear why they listen to Slayer.
yeah, right,
You know, but you
right,
know, it's like everybody listens to stuff. It's like people want to be too cool. You know what I mean? And just be like, oh,
yeah,
I only listen to Griselda or whatever. Cool, but you're really gonna don't lie. You listen to other shit.
right,
You're too embarrassed to say what you really fuck with. And
right,
I was never ever shy about talking about music and music I liked and people that influenced me
right.
because I would try to share that with other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to put people on to be like, yo, this is good too, but you should listen to this or check this out. Or,
Right.
you know, there's so many bands you could actually listen to.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got another question for you, my brother. This one's more to Super Coven and all that. Is there one of your projects that you think represents you better than others, or do you feel more personal?
I don't think anything represents me good or bad. It's kind of
Uh,
neutral. If your
gotcha.
ears are open and you care, if you even care what I'm saying, it doesn't matter. there's some things, of course, projects I wish would have been smoother, or if like, things would have been easier, like, when I was locked up, or, just it's things would have been easier to manifest and make happen. So I was doing it on my own, and certain things didn't come out exactly the way I wanted it. Or, I was doing studio sessions and like some engineer died. He had a heart attack during the session, bro. Yeah, bro. I did this album called Electric Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? I think that was 2013 or something.
Oh shit! I'm about to check that out.
Yeah, it's like we did that in Texas. My man had a spot in Texas, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go out there for something different." I just wanted to feel different. So I went to Texas, and he got me the engineer. So we started working, and dude fell out. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I didn't know dude that well, and this shit got
right. Exactly. You just coming there to do an album, and that's it.
And he's a good dude. He's a good dude too, bro. He had kids, so I felt bad. I just wanted to finish my record, but it was just seeing all this shit was happening, bro. All this shit was street shit was happening. My man getting locked up. They found my man's crib. I mean, just bro, it's
man.
It just seemed like for a minute. It seemed for a minute like I was doomed. You know what I mean? And then you got people just because the internet became so prevalent, anybody could say the sky is blue, or he did this, or he did that. This guy's that. It's a lot of projecting. You know what I'm saying? People projecting too much. Hey, that guy. Hey, Goretex is gay. He's a gay, my man. We know who that is. You know who that is. You know what I'm saying? We know who the gay man is for 30 years.
Yeah, right.
But you could keep, we keep promoting that, and we keep making stories up. It's like, come on, bro.
But you know what's funny? That gets them nowhere. Ain't getting them nowhere. You know what I mean, brother?
Nah, bro. It doesn't get anywhere because let me tell you something, bro. People can read what they want, but I've never read a bad fan experience of any non-fiction show. I've never, listen, I'll keep it real with you. Just by fault, sometimes you be seeing shit.
Not just you three guys, just you, Il Bill, and Sabak.
Sabak and Bill and Eclipse. It's like
that's it. Yeah.
We never did a bad show. And I'll say that with all my heart. We might have mic issues, or we got mad and somebody threw the mic, or somebody kicked over something. I might have got annoyed. I might have thrown a monitor into the audience, which what I'm saying. We never, but we never had a bad show because we were bad on stage, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I never heard any of you guys have any bad shows, and trust me, I talk to people too, so I know what's up. That's how I was hoping y'all already came to Philly, man, but y'all did, but I didn't make it. I didn't make it.
Yeah, we was in Philly a few times.
Right? Am I right?
Yeah, but
was it like a couple years I came to Philly?
Yeah, we did. I did 2 solo joints though in Philly. I did something to Kung Fu Necktie. I did something with some other spot. Yeah. I did I did some little solo tours and shit. So I did Philly a few times.
Oh, that's cool.
As far as live, bro, it's like one thing we do take pride in. Is like we care because we give a shit about the audience who come to see a show, whereas a lot of hip hop shit is like 100 dudes on stage. The mics are garbage. People just looking at like what you wearing. It's like we just go up there and like smoke blunts.
I'm here for the music, man. I don't care what you got on. I just want to hear what you got to say.
Right. We never went on stage with 100 dudes just because that's a
I don't understand that shit. That shit's so weird anymore. I'm like.
Well, if it's Wu-Tang, it's understandable. Then it's like,
but that's just
I kind of want to see that.
Yeah, but if it ain't that, then
Nah. So, it's like we've been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's like all kinds of shit. It's like we did a show one time, and it was just crazy, bro. It's like these promoters try to get crazy and didn't pay us the rest of the fee. Once we got to the country, once we got to Germany, they owed us like 7 stacks. It was like 7 stacks. So we was like,
what happened, right? Il Bill probably did one of these, man.
No. That's what I'm getting to is like, these kids disappeared, and the audience started to riot. The audience was rioting. 800 kids in Germany in one club. Basically, went crazy, bro. Bro, there was 3 security guards, and kids were just flashing bottles over their head. So we was in the dressing room, right? So we had Sabak go out because he's like Sabak is good for just like keeping the peace and like having good logic where it's like,
Right.
me and Bill sometimes we just get spun out and we don't always make the best decision in that case.
Right.
He was like, nah, let me go talk to them and tell them we're here, but we got to figure shit out. Hold on. So he did that, and the kids were just like, they were just not happy. They were just like, yo, they start chanting our name. So there was no security downstairs either. So we go back downstairs and you got all these drunk motherfuckers like laying on our clothes, eating our food.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. So yo, Bill lost his mind. He took one of those Heineken, the little baby beer cases.
Yeah.
Put the glass ones, the freezers. You know what I'm saying? The ones you put Heinekens in. It's like not a big case, but big enough.
Yeah.
He took it and just threw it at these people, bro. It was like the whole shit was glass, bro. It was just glass and beer.
Yo.
Bro, it was a riot, bro. 900 kids. It looked like a mosh pit, and everybody was going crazy.
Yo.
So Eclipse is like, yo, let's just go out there. So we were like, nah. We somebody owes us $7,000, bro.
Yeah, right. Like
we're not doing that because we're not gonna ruin our reputation for that. It's not happening.
Yeah, right.
Then the owners came down and they were assholes. So we were like, yo, if you want us to do the show, just pay us. Go to the bar and pay us. They didn't want to do that. So Eclipse and Bill so Bill is like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here. So these guys jump in a van and go back to the hotel, which is only like 10 minutes away, right? Me and Eclipse stay back in the club, like, all right, we got it. And I told Eclipse, I'm gonna help you with the equipment, blah, blah, blah. 2 minutes later, bro, like I lit an L. I just lit it, bro. I just lit the blunt. And I look up and there's 15 stormtroopers.
Oh shit!
Bro, German stormtroopers with military gear on.
What the fuck?
With live ammunition, covered in bullet belts and shit.
Yo.
I was like, yeah, I was high all day too. So
Yeah, I know, right? You like, what the fuck is this?
I'm looking up, I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Yo, is this really happening?
Yeah. And it was, yo, bro. They took me and the Clips out, bro. They put shackles on us, bro. Backstage, shackles.
Damn.
So they shackled me and the Clips together, and they dragged us out through the club. I was like, yo, I'm not going through the front. Take us through the back, bro. Why the fuck are you arresting us? Like, oh, there was a riot. And so basically what happened is when kids found out that we wasn't going to perform, they left the club and they went up the block and they just destroyed all the cars.
Oh, shit. So
everything.
You guys. That's fucked up.
And it cost like $50,000 worth of fines.
More fine damage, I could imagine. Sheesh.
Dang. So guess whose face was on the paper the next day?
Yeah.
And the headline says
German paper, yo, that could imagine
ghetto New York hip hop group comes to Germany and starts a riot.
What the fuck?
That's what the headline said. So now fast forward, me and Eclipse, we locked up. Different cells. And I'll keep it real with you. I have asthma and shit, you know what I mean? And I didn't bring an inhaler because I forgot to bring an inhaler from Russian. So I couldn't breathe right, and these motherfuckers wouldn't give me a cup of water. So I was in there for 10 hours, bro. And then after 3 hours, he opens the thing, bro. It was like a thing. He opens it and he puts a cup inside. So I got excited. I thought it was water. I grab it, I take it. It was cold coffee with coffee beans that weren't even fully grinded up, bro. There's like beans in it. So I was like, yo, bro, get the fuck out of here. I threw it back in there. I was like, yo, we're not even here for no reason. What are we doing here?
Yeah, that's messed up.
Long story short, bro, they greased us, but we had to pay them $1,500 for us to get out of the prison, or else they would not let us out.
Kind of like bail, basically, had to get bailed down.
Yeah. So luckily, because Eclipse was smart enough to bring extra cash with him, we had the $1,500, and Eclipse got out. So we met these cats back at the hotel. They was like, yo, this is crazy, you know? But I mean, bro, I'm saying we could be here all night with these kind of stories. People wouldn't even believe shit, bro. They would not even believe shit.
Yeah. I'm glad you told me this one now.
Yeah.
That was dope. Yeah.
You can look for it. I mean, if you Google it online.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can find a fucking newspaper clipping, man. That's gonna be crazy.
You might be able to find it, you know?
Yeah, because it's in German. I bet you. You know what I mean? You feel me? Straight German, like.
Yeah, but you could translate it these days.
Oh, all right.
Most stuff is
Now, this
translatable.
is more. We're gonna go back to the music on this one. Is there anything else coming out soon? Because I know you was telling me about the thing
Yeah,
with you
yes, yeah,
and
yeah. I mean,
Ali, right?
it took me and Recognize Ali. That's my man right there. Everybody, if
Salute,
you don't
salute,
know about
recognize.
Recognize, yo, salute, bro. Because let me tell you something. That's like my brother. You know what I'm saying? It's like we he's from Africa. You know what I'm saying? That's originally where he was born. He's stationed in like Toronto. He goes back and forth, but he did like
Yeah.
20 albums. He's the hardest working dude right now. He does not stop. He's in the booth like all the time. So his
Yeah,
his work
that's
ethic is so
the
good.
thing.
It's a good influence on me. You understand what I'm saying? 'Cause it's
Right?
like I'm still doing all that, but we're finally getting shit together. So we're gonna do the first EP is gonna come out a couple months later. We're just gonna keep dropping stuff. And
That's cool. Oh yeah.
yeah, man. So it's so far it sounds heavy, bro. Everything sounds real heavy, and I'm excited about people hearing it. You know what I'm saying? We don't know exactly what we're gonna drop first, because right now it
Right.
looks like we're gonna drop Exorcist Lounge. You know, so
Okay.
Exorcist Lounge is coming, and then Mortuary Drape. So
Ooh.
it's work, bro. It's a lot of
You
it's
know
a
there's
lot
a
of
you know
dirt,
there's a
bro.
band name with that, right? You know that's a band's name. You know that
You're
sort
asking
of.
me? Of course I know it's a band. Of course I know, bro. Of course I know.
I just had to see if you knew. That's all, man.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Yo, bro, Mortuary Draper, I fucked with them for 15 years, bro.
Yeah, I think they're still around too, aren't they?
They are around, but they don't tour. They can't. They
Nah, they're
got
probably
visas
just too
because
old, man. Listen,
yeah,
you
but
know the
no, no, no.
rock
It's
and
not they're
rolls
too
after a
old, bro.
certain age, they
It's
don't
not that
they
they're
don't
too
even.
old, bro. One of them dudes, he off somebody. That's why.
Mm.
They said supposedly, bro,
Ooh.
one of them dudes decapitated somebody
Yanda,
that came into
damn.
his that came into his crib. They came into his crib, but they was trying to fuck with his girl, and
Wow.
he got his hands on them, and he took his head off.
Damn. Sheesh. Damn.
People got to stop playing with people, bro. People don't know what
Yeah,
people
because you
like. Just
don't know, man.
let the
Yeah,
quiet people let them live, bro, because
yeah.
you don't know when
Leave it
that
to
when that
people,
when that tomb is gonna open up, bro.
right? You
So
ain't
so
lying,
more so
man.
mortuary drape is happening.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Like I said, Exorcist Lounge, and we're gonna have some special people on that and shit. I don't want to give it away because that's taking the fun out of it. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
really like
yeah,
to,
yeah.
you know,
It's like you know how they say I can't think of the word right now. Like
no,
no
no,
sneak
no.
peek.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No order
Right?
before it's prime. You know what I'm saying? No, no.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying. But
right.
yeah. Also, me and Little Vic got something. Yeah.
Ooh,
So we
yo,
cooking,
I'm not
bro.
sure.
Bro,
Ain't
we've
Little
been
Vic from
cooking.
Long Island? Ain't he from Long
Yeah,
Island?
Queens, Long Island. Yeah, five borough
Yeah,
Vic.
and the thing is that
Also,
we'll,
yeah,
we'll talk one day. I'm gonna probably hit you up tomorrow, and yeah, we'll talk.
yeah. Vic is Vic's doing
Yeah,
doing a bunch of stuff now.
hell yeah, he's
So
been
you know
on
what
a
I'm
lot
saying?
of stuff.
I just been doing beats a lot more like so it's a lot of
Right,
production stuff that I'm just this cat Pat
right.
Dukes. You heard of Pat Dukes? Pat,
No,
he's like one of Vic's artists. You know what I'm saying? He's got
okay,
some he's got some shit. You should follow him on IG and shit. He's got some shit. I just did a
all
joint
right,
for him a couple weeks ago, and he's gonna get
okay.
on
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna
shit.
check him out.
Shit I
Yeah,
gave him is heavy, bro. The beat he picked is
oh
disgusting.
yeah.
Bro. I want people to hear that shit. It's disgusting, bro.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
So
Yeah,
just staying busy, bro. Staying busy because
right.
you stay busy, you stay out of trouble. And that's
Yeah, it's
all.
funny because I was gonna say that was my last question. What are your next goals, if you got any? You know what I mean? And you kind of,
I got a million goals. Half of them I wouldn't share on here. Not
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not saying
yeah. I
I
got
do. I'm
you.
just, but it's all kinds of stuff, bro. But
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a writer constantly. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about screenplays and all other stuff that's
Oh, shit, yeah.
peripheral stuff. Other stuff that
Right,
as far as the music, it's like just trying to put stuff out because people have been waiting for a long time. Actually, a very long
right,
time for me and Ali because we were working with an engineer and the engineer had some ultimately when we first started working he was great but he had a lot of personal issues. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
he started having a lot of addiction issues. He started ruining a lot of tracks. He started losing stuff.
Yeah, that's not good.
So with somebody, and I'm saying it's like, I try to get him help and stuff and shit, because that's people. So, we all know people that. I don't judge any. I don't place judgment on people, because the people I care about, you want to help them. So, but we couldn't help dude. So he lost a lot of files, particularly about six or seven joints. So with that said, we kind of had to start over as far as Ali's lyrics, because he lost a lot of lyrics, and so But yeah, bro, we up and running. Everything is straight, and it's just just keep going, bro. Just focusing and
so it's gonna drop on Super Coven, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm subscribed. I think you got a page on Super Coven, right?
Mm-hmm. Super Coven.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up and subscribe to it. Yeah, because I think I tried to find it before, but I couldn't. I don't know. It's just weird.
It's floating around. It's sort of like it's me, but it's like peripheral people I fuck with. I'll just I support people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these people that's you know what I'm saying. If I fuck with you and I like what you're doing, I'm not scared to support you. I'm not scared to give you a like, because that shit is free, my dude. That shit takes nothing of your soul, bro. That's no blood, bro. It's nothing. Just support your peoples, bro. Just support your people.
Yeah, exactly.
That hard? Why is it that hard?
Right. Some people just don't know how. I guess I don't know, man.
It is what it is. So that's not me.
Right.
That's not me. I'll support who especially young dudes, bro. Young dudes. You know what I'm saying? So young dudes that been working hard. That shit is dope to me. You know what I'm saying? Action figure. You know what I'm saying? New kids. And these kids is just like, they're doing their thing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're on some other shit. So it's like, I fuck with him. Me and him might do something.
Okay, shit.
This cat, Fat Boy Sharif. You know about Fat Boy? Sharif, Fat Boy Sharif. We probably doing something.
Okay, shit.
Staying busy, bro. Staying busy. Those dudes are just, they're doing it on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like Fat Boy Sharif. He's going to Europe. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. You know what I mean? These are new guys. These are new guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
These are new guys who are in the game, who respect the craft, who love the culture, and they're offering something different, not the same.
That's true.
It's like, So, like I said, bro, we're just keeping it moving.
Right.
You don't stay busy, you get into trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's like that saying, something about the devil in idle hands. You know what I'm saying? You have idle hands. It turns into.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
You ain't saying you ain't lying about that, man. Well, my dude Goretex. That was the end of the interview, my bro.
Yeah, bro. Respect, man. We do this again. You know what I'm saying? Definitely wrap it up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I just want to say, yo, fuck that pussy motherfucker Panda Chop, right? So if anybody sees Panda Chop, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna, you might get dime bagged, bro. You might get dime bagged. So take that for what it is, Panda boy.
Right.
So this guy, because when you got negative journalism like that, bro, and you got motherfuckers talking about my kids, bro, on there, and he thought it was funny.
Yeah,
I don't care about that, bro. Bro, you go to family, bro. You know it's on, bro.
Yeah, you don't. Family's not to be.
If he sees this, bro. He sees it. People already on you, bro. They already on you, bro. You can't do that. You can't talk about family, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That ain't going now. That's not going. So
hell no.
Because people ask me, bro. People go to his bullshit garbage bottom of the barrel channel, because all that dude does is start beef with people. He tries to get shit out of people. He's like, oh, didn't this guy say that about bro? Fat Joe put something on him. Fat Joe hates him. I'm just saying, it's multiple people, and he's got he don't even have 30,000 subs, bro. He's a pussy, bro. Let me say, bro. Anybody who completely hides. I mean, I ain't hiding, bro. You go look on the internet, you can see my fucking face all the time.
Right.
I don't hide from nobody. You know what I'm saying? But it's like this guy, any journalist who hides, bro, they pussy, bro. They
Yeah,
pussy.
it's not even journalism. It's something else now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
people think because it's for a laugh, or they want to. He's 30. He's got a channel for 10 years, bro. He don't even have 30,000 subs, bro. You're supposed to have
right,
300, bro. You have 300 after
right,
10 years, bro.
man.
So take it as you will, Panda. Take however the fuck you want it, bro. You know.
Right, shouldn't be messing with people like that, man. You know what I mean? Like, you
You can
just
listen. Listen, as a rapper, any kind of performer, you gotta have thick skin because people will like you, but there's gonna be
right,
somebody miserable who doesn't understand the culture or understand your technique or the way the world works. But then you got people
right,
like this that nobody in the culture respects Panda Chop. Panda Chop is getting destroyed.
right,
So and I got friends in journalism like with blogs and all that, but this guy is the worst, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because he thinks people, bro. I don't even want to, I don't even want to say no more. Say no more. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm good.
right.
But
Yeah, I
you
was gonna
letting,
say,
bro, you letting shit fly about the kids, bro. You letting shit. I don't got nothing to lose,
man,
bro. Because I'll tell you one thing, bro. All I got is my kids, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? All I got is my
right,
kids. I don't have family like that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I've been a fucking orphan since I'm 17 years old. Do you understand that?
Damn. Yeah, I
I'm
understand.
17. If I want to eat, bro, I take that shit. I took that shit. I don't
Right,
care. I don't give a fuck about shit like that. I just gotta be
right,
cool and just because then I'm not gonna sacrifice the work I do. But
right,
you're not gonna create fake narratives. And when I try to message this guy like a fucking man, like, bro, if you want to talk to me, let's talk. But you're letting all this negative, it's not even real, bro. You're letting this fake
right.
narratives because anybody could say anything. So if you're letting that go, then you know where we're at. So he already knows. That's it. Well,
You got that right. All right, my brother. We're
but
gonna
yo, bro,
end it on
appreciate
that.
it. Yo, respect,
Yeah,
bro.
you're welcome, dude. Salute.
Respect.
Yo, it was good, man. This is a dope interview.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
All right.
When we have more
Peace.
time, you know what I'm saying, we'll chop it up, all right? And
Oh, hell
that's it.
yeah, definitely. You got my number. You know the deal.
Yeah, bro. Salute.
Salute.
Peace.
Peace.
Yep.